Hey guys, welcome back to the Minecraft Mod Showcase. Yes, it has been a very long time since I decided to do one of these, but it was about time that I got back to it. Either way, this time around, we're taking a look at Roundabout, the JoJo mod by HydraHeads42. Now, I've looked at a lot of different JoJo mods here on the channel before. I've looked at stuff like JoJo World of Stands, I've looked at JCraft Eyes of Ender, but it seems that even more people have decided to do even more things with the world of JoJo. So this time around, like I said, we're taking a look at Roundabout. Now, HydraHeads42 is actually a creator that I've slightly showcased on the channel before, as this is his standalone mod for JoJo, but he's actually made an entire mod pack called JoJo Vein that is all circled around JoJo as well. And I played that on stream a couple of years ago. I did an entire SMP about it, which was definitely a lot of fun, but it's been so long that I forget so much about it. But this is a completely standalone mod made for 1.20.1 and incorporates stands and a bunch of different elements from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure into Minecraft, along with a bit of an RPG system. That's an interesting thing. A lot of the JoJo mods for Minecraft don't really include like an RPG-like system. So it'll be interesting to go ahead and take a look at this and see all the things they've implemented here. So either way, to get us started, well, we have to go ahead and go into the crafting recipes and all that stuff. So first off, I want to say I don't know everything about this mod. I wish I knew everything about this mod, but there's a lot of information in this. So if you guys are looking to get even more information than I tell you guys here today, there's an entire wiki linked on the mod's CurseForge page. So if you're looking for even more information on how to do anything in this mod, definitely go and check that stuff out, because it's going to have even more info than I'm going to be getting through here. But there are about 6 completed stands in this mod, along with 5 kind of secondary stands, and it's pretty interesting how that all works. So first off, I want to go ahead and show off all of these stands. So over here, we've got a bunch of stand discs that show off all the things that are available. So we have Star Platinum, The World, Justice, which is not a stand I see used in many things, Magician's Red, Soft and Wet, which is what drew me to this mod, because you guys got to know I'm a big fan of Part 7 and 8. And knowing that the Part 7 anime is coming out soon, that's pretty momentous. And then Walking Heart, which, if I don't even know I don't even know who has Walking Heart. I don't think I've ever heard of that stand. Along with 5 different sub-stands, pretty much. Cinderella, Acton Baby, Survivor, Heya, and Mandem. So there's a lot of different stands in here. Of course, we have the stand discs that are just, I guess, they get marked as Development 1. There's also stand discs that are marked as Complete, which I believe goes into the whole RPG system of everything. So you have all these different stands in here, which I'd like to be able to go over each and see what all of their cool stuff. But yes, there's meant to be an RPG system where you level up your stand through using it to then get even more powers. At least that's how it's detailed to me on the page. Then these secondary stands, the ones that were like in, I guess, orange, are meant to be kind of additional ones that go on top of your stand. So you've got a regular stand, then you've got like an extra stand on top of it. So you got to wonder, how do you get stands? So first off, got this entire bin full of the different items that are in this mod. Of course, you're going to need yourself the great and powerful stand arrow. And in order to make the stand arrow, you got to go ahead and get ancient meteorite ingots. So you got to make it like an arrow usually would, with a bunch of ancient meteorite. You may be wondering, where in the hell would I find ancient meteorite? So I'm going to go ahead and show off where you can find them. So randomly around the world, you're going to find these little structures, like the one right behind me, that have some, I guess this one's a little bit messed up. I'm not sure about the generation of it being on the water. It might just be a little bit of a glitch. As you guys might know, this is a little bit early in development for the mod. The mod's been in development for about a year, and I've been tracking the development of it over time, but just wanted to wait until things got a little bit more added into the mod to be able to cover it. But as you can see, right behind me is a meteorite spot. So these will have these little, well, meteorites inside of it. So lets you get this ancient meteorite, which then, at this point, let's see, how do we use it? I guess the question is, what happens when you break it with a pickaxe? Let's go ahead and see. Though I bet this thing's gonna try and start killing me the moment I pick it up. Though it would be funny. Would be funny if I started melting to death. All right. Anyway, when I mine up the meteorite, you then get this ancient meteorite, which you can then melt into these ancient meteorite ingots. So you're gonna have to find a couple of these meteorite spots in order to make enough ore so that you can actually create the stand arrow at that point. So once you get the ore you're going to need, and these things are relatively common throughout the world. They're not, I mean, it was just about that far away, so they seem to be spawning a lot more inside of, what's it called? Mesa biome. So that might be another clue on where these are. So once you get a bunch of the ancient meteorite, now that you have all those meteorite ingots, or at least the ancient meteorite, you then go ahead, take that, and you smelt it into the ancient meteorite ingots. Then doing that, you can go ahead and make yourself a stand arrow. So when you got a stand arrow, you can see that it's labeled as, let's see, vibrates near worthy mobs. Now, it's pretty cool because in this mod, it's not just the player that can get stands. NPCs and pets, even enemies, can have stands as well, which is pretty fucking freaky, as you might just be running around trying to beat up a pig for getting some meat. Turns out they've got a stand and they don't like you killing them. So that is pretty cool. But once you have yourself a stand arrow, I think you just right-click it and then you're allowed a stand. So at that point, I just have, or I guess it just, no, you can scan the arrow to see what it has. So it gave me soft and wet. So crafts to use one experience level for a different stand. But what if I just want this one? There you go. So once you have a stand arrow, you just shove it into your goddamn soul. And I guess it even has a durability to it. That's kind of a wonder. It then gives you a stand. Good thing I was dressed up as Gappy, so I could actually get soft and wet. So once you have your stand, you can then see, well, that he go ahead and floats around you. So you press R, it should let your stand out and desummon your stand. So that's pretty nice. And the interesting thing is that, well, if you don't have a stand, you can't see other people with a stand. So just like how the rules of JoJo work, I guess once you have a stand, you can recognize that somebody else is a stand user. You know how it works. You get attracted to each other. It's weird like that. Anyway, you can desummon and resummon your stand using R. And the other controls are your power inventory is Y. And then your skill set will be Z through V. Strike oppose. This one is actually unbound by default, but I would recommend binding it just for the fun of it. Then you can summon your stand using R. You can toggle crouch ability row with nothing. So let me go ahead and put that on a key. Toggle stand XP display. I'm going to put that on a key. And then use offhand easy block. I don't know what that is. I'm just going to ignore that. So I guess you can then turn on your stand stuff doing this. Huh. See, this just allows me to mess with all that stuff in the top left. And this other one doesn't seem to do anything, but I wonder if I head into survival mode, what will show up then. So at that point, it switches your experience down at the bottom and shows you how much experience you have just from being alive, just from being a stand user. So you can switch between having your actual inventory of XP versus your stand experience. So if you press Y, you then get this big old menu. So you got a bunch of different things. You got some settings to show you, I guess, settings for your stand. Show you your following position, your following distance, their opacity, and then I guess just how big they are, their rotation and attack position. So I can make soft and wet really, really tall or really, really small for no perceivable reason. I can make him spin. It's hard to see him right now. And just change where he kind of follows. So I can make him be right in front of me, or I can make him like right out my front. So that's pretty cool. Then from here, you can see, well, you can change, I guess, the different skins for your stand. You've got like a regular one, a one from the manga, and I guess it's going to depend on how many skins a stand then has. Then you can change its different idle positions. So you can just make it stand there. You can make it ready for battle. You can make it float about, which I think is probably my favorite. The star, which I don't know what that does. And then just its arms. Huh. Interdasting. And if you look down here, you can see all of your different attacks. And it does show you have to level up your stand in order to get those different abilities. So Soft and Wet starts out with a punch. It's like you just throw a punch in front of you. He's got a barrage. And then from there, you need to get to level 7 to get that next one. You've got the Plunder Bubble. And I'll go over all these abilities as time goes on, but you get a set of abilities right at the beginning. And then from there, you have to, like, level up your stand in order to get more. So from there, we got to figure out how the hell we level up a stand. Let's see. So, let's just spawn in some people to beat the shit out of. So, game mode, creative, because I don't want to fucking fight anything. Let me just get out, like, some spiders. I'll fight a bunch of spiders. That'll probably level us up, right? Okay. Get them soft and wet. Fuck their asses. There you go. Did that give me any type of experience? Yes, it did. So, because I'm in creative mode, it unlocks every single ability right from the gate. But if you're wanting to get experience, you just have to beat the fuck out of them using your stand. And they're pretty strong. They seem to be pretty strong. There's no gauge in which they, what's it called? Stop existing. Or like, they don't have to have a gauge to stop them from existing for a while. So, you just level up your stand by beating the absolute shit out of mobs, which I can definitely enjoy. And just anytime a mod adds in an RPG system, I find it so, like, infinitely more interesting due to the fact that it gives me the ability to progress through my skills. I don't start with all my abilities. I get to get stronger as time goes on. So, we should probably go over how to get, like, a secondary stand. I guess you need more stand arrows, I'm guessing. You just need to get a fuck ton of them and just keep scanning one. Let's see, Magician's Red. Let me see. Magician's Red. What else do you got for me? Justice. Let's see, Walking Heart. I don't know what that's from. Who has Walking Heart? The World. Of course, my favorite. Let's see, Soft and Wet again. So I think these ones only give you, like, just the main stands. At least for now, it's only giving me the main stands. No secondary stands. What about this one? Now, that one's not giving me anything either. So, either way, that's how you get yourself a stand. And then from there, we've also got this separate type of stand arrow, which it just has the little red point on it. So it makes me think it's supposed to be like the Requiem arrow, but I don't actually know what it is. So what's up with this stand? I'm like, I guess it's just different. It's just a different look in case you want the one that kind of looks like it's got the beetle on it. So yeah, this one just makes a different way. It's just a different type of stand arrow. So from there, you got to figure out how you make yourself the stand disc in order to make more, like, get rid of your stand to get new ones. So let's see. Yes, Soft and Wet. So the stand disc is made. I love trying to figure this all out. Stand disc is made with nether quartz and soul sand. And I believe if you just right-click using it, you take away your stand, and then you can go ahead and put in, like, another one. So, I lost my stand at this point, but if I right-click it again, I should have Soft and Wet back. So, that's pretty nice. So, I'm not quite sure how you get these separate stands, then. Does the thing tell me how? Does the thing tell me how? See, secondary stands. Let's see. They do not level up, of course, because they don't have any label that says development on them. But the mod page doesn't seem to describe where you get this thing. Where do you get them? Let me see. Let me look up on the wiki in case. Doesn't seem to say anything. But you get them somehow. You get them somehow. And then from there, the nice thing is that these secondary stands act on top of your other stands. So if I retract Soft and Wet, then I use Heya. Oh, they seem to have taken out my other ones. Now, okay, no, they don't go on top. They're actually just, like, separate stands completely. So that's pretty interesting. Let me see. Go ahead and get rid of that. I want to keep Soft and Wet for now. I got to be soft and wet. Down, 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 down. So I'm going to guess they are also gotten from the stand arrow then. If they count as the same exact kind of thing, it's probably just a rarer chance you get these secondary stands. Because they can't level up, so you just get, like, a random thing. If you really got very unlucky and you got yourself a really shitty stand, I guess that's what you would get. So, got that from there. Let's see what else we can make. So, we've got coffee gum. This is the gum that Iggy likes. You can't seem to make it. It is edible. Not that you would really want to eat it, but you can eat coffee gum, and it has another purpose later. A body bag, which is made out of a string, bone, and some leather. The interesting thing is that you can change what your body looks like. So you can become a villager, a skeleton, a creeper, or I think what you do is you trap them in there. So if I get like a spider, can I trap them in the body bag? Let me see. Get in here. I'm not completely sure what the body bag does. Lets me fuck around with everything. It lets me select different things, but I'm not quite sure the purpose of it right now. Not quite sure the purpose. But we do have a nice spider I can beat the fuck out of right now. Damn it, get the hell out of here. And I need to replace this block real quick. I gotta replace that block real quick. So, that's the body bag. Then you gotta have the knives, because that's, you know, it's iconic for JoJo at this point. So you just make it using a stick and a nugget, and these just become, like, throwables. Just go boink. I don't know how much damage they do. I keep on trying to get spiders. Go, spider. Take the power of my knife. They're just, well, little things. It looks like they're sweating or bleeding or something like that. Well, that's kind of funny. Can I pick these up? Yep. They act just like arrows. So you're just able to throw them like little knives. Then, of course, you've got the knife bundles. So this is just like what Dio threw. It's just a bunch at one time. Yeah, it's just a bunch of different knives. So that's pretty nice. These are made by putting 4 knives in a thing. I love saying knives. Next up, we've got matches, which are just made with a stick and gunpowder. Now, a match, let's see, you can throw this as well, but it doesn't seem to really do anything yet. And then you can also make yourself a match bundle by doing the same way that you did with the knives and all that. It just throws more matches. But what you want is the gasoline can. So this thing, you throw that on the ground, just a bunch of gasoline all over the place. Now if I throw the matches, they all just explode. So that's a nice way of fucking with your opponents. I love the animation for it. It's nice. Just blow up all that gasoline. So there we go. And then you've got a bucket of gasoline splatter, which I guess if you just tried to pick up all of the stuff, it just drops a little bit of a thing. Just a little bit of a thing that you can light on fire and kill people with. Let's see. I'm also now covered in gasoline, so I bet if I hit a torch, I would explode. So that's pretty fun. Let's see. Next up, we got a wiretap, which is made with a string and 2 nuggets. I'm not quite sure what this does. Let me get rid of soft and wet. Doesn't seem to do anything right now. It could just be a crafting item that doesn't have the rest of its thing. Next up is a barbed wire trap, which is literally just barbed wire that you could build out of. So if you need to stop somebody from walking past something, that would be what you use. So this is made just with a chain and 2 nuggets. Next up is a barbed wire bunch, which is made with all of those traps along with iron ingots. So this is going to be like it's kind of like a cobweb, but you're in so much pain when you're touching this cobweb. So that's kind of cool. There's the ancient meteor. You can also make a meteorite block. Don't really know what it's used for. I guess just for storing the ancient meteorite. You can also make regal walls using, what's it called? Magenta dye, paper, and a bunch of wood. This is literally just a building block. It looks like the stuff you would see in, like the Joestar Manor and all that. The Joestar Manor. Then we've got regal floors, which are made using the same way, but instead of using paper, you use wool along with blue dye. So you can make this cool-looking pattern. You make this cool-looking pattern. So you can also make a wooden manor table, which is just made with planks and wood, and it looks like a little bit of a desk. This is probably where you would place a spider. Exactly. I just have spiders up my ass. Let's see, rooted cactus. This kind of works in with the usage of the Rokaka in this mod. I need to get some sand out, see if I can plant this rooted fucking shit. I just need sand. I don't need anything else. Just sand. Rooted cactus. It is not really important right now, but you're going to come to understand what the point of that is later. So, next up, we've got a love goddess statue. Seems to be uncraftable, but it's, well, a person holding a goddamn pot. Looks like a fucking weeping angel. Next up is a stereo, and, well, does it do it? Doesn't seem to do anything. It's just a decoration block for now. And then we've got the Lux Sword, which is made by using a smithing template with an iron sword, a gold ingot, and a smithing upgrade luck upgrade, which you can copy and is probably found through like treasure chests and all that. But the luck sword is pretty much the sword of luck and pluck from part 1. It's just a strong sword and all that stuff. If Hamon was even in here. Sadly, Hamon or vampirism is not in the mod, and neither is spin. So I'm going to complain because I love spin. Let's see. Then we've got the glaives, which is pretty much the like set weapon for the mod pack. It's just a really, really strong thing. Very, 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 very strong weapon. So this is made using any kind of ore along with sticks right there, and it can be upgraded all the way up to netherite to do a lot of damage. So I'll keep that one on me just in case. Next, we got the scissors, which are made with nuggets and iron ingots. I guess it's a weapon. Can't really throw them. I can't throw my scissors at people. Damn it. Next up, we got the executioner axe, which is made with an executioner upgrade, which can be multiplied just like all the other smithing templates. Let's see, and it just needs an iron axe and some iron, and it's a giant fuck you axe, which does like 10 damage. Very slow. Very, very, very slow. Ooh. Is this what the body bag is for? Let me get the body bag out. Get in the body bag. It's in here now. Huh. Maybe it's like if you kill them using the executioner blade, you can then pick them up with the body bag. That's actually kind of cool. Question is, what's it used for? I'm not quite sure. Next up is a harpoon. This thing does not have a crafting recipe currently, but it is a harpoon, which can be thrown like this. I don't know where it went. Oh, what? Go, harpoon. I guess it's just got loyalty, like, put into it instantly, so that's pretty cool. Though I don't know where this harpoon comes from. I don't know who you are, but you're a harpoon. We already went over the 2 types of upgrades. Those, I don't know specifically where you get them. I'm going to guess it's from some kind of treasure thing. Then ancient meteorites, and then ancient meteorite. Then we've got the Rokaka, which if you've seen part 8 is pretty goddamn important. So the Rokaka, well, it's a pretty weird-ass thing. So the Rokaka pit can grow like this, and you grow yourself a Rokaka plant, which you can then, you know, eat. And the Rokaka is kind of weird as it can heal any wound. So if you're at 1 heart, you can eat the Rokaka and you'll get healed. Problem is, it has the power of equivalent exchange. So it just exchanged my chest for a bunch of stone. So if you've seen part 8, or if you've read part 8, you'd know about that stuff. So the Rokaka can instantly heal you, but you give up pieces of your body. But that doesn't have to mean that it just stays like that. So if you're able to take a branch off of the Rokaka, you can get something pretty cool. So I believe you do that, and then to figure out the power of the Rokaka, let me go ahead and deal with that. Also, I don't know why everything's growing really quickly. I have no idea. I have no idea. So let's see. Comes at the cost. If you break a fully matured Rokaka plant, you get its branch, which is this little thing. Then, if you place the branch at the top of a cactus plant, it will then start growing the new Rokaka. So this one is a lot more important, as it can then cure the stone off of my body part. So if I want to get rid of this, I eat the new Rokaka. And then it should cure my body parts. Let's see. Dang. I'm eating it, but it's not seemingly doing anything. Maybe it's because I don't have enough stone to replace my body part with. It could be that I need a spider to drift it over to. So I get... There we go. So it works just like how in the manga it does. It works with equivalent exchange. So eating the new Rokaka will take off the piece of stone that you had, but it has to move the stone somewhere else. So the new Rokaka then moves the stone over to an opponent. So that's pretty funny. I actually really like that. I mean, part 8's one of my favorite parts. So anything that involves a bunch of part 8 stuff is going to be goated in my book. So yeah, and then to get the Rokaka pit, you already know how to get the Rokaka plant. To get the pit, you just move it. You just craft down a Rokaka. And the branch you get from breaking the regular Rokaka. So from there, what else do we got? We got ourselves a flesh chunk, which no idea what this is used for. Just some flesh. Some nice flesh. They've got flesh in a bucket of melted flesh. Which I guess just throws flesh at people, which is pretty fucking funny, but I don't know the purpose of it. Let's see. And you can make it just by putting flesh chunks inside of a bucket. So, don't really know where to go through here. Next up, we've got an item that's only in creative, the Worthiness arrow. Creative only, grants worthiness. If shot in creative, can also remove stands and worth. So, this is how you're going to try and give random mobs the ability to use stands. So if I have a wolf, and then if I place down a wolf, and I get one of our stand arrows out, let me go ahead and get a regular ass stand arrow. If this wolf was worthy of having a stand, the arrow would just start vibrating wildly. So if I spawn a bunch of these, there we go. One of these wolves is ready to be a stand user. This one? This one. Let me see. You already have a stand. Please remove it. Let's see. So now I can give him two things. Huh? What's going on here? Oh, if you hold down shift, you can select what type of stand the arrow then becomes. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So now if I have a stand, I think I've given one of these dogs a stand. I don't know which one. But if you're ever wondering on wanting like one of these to become like a stand user, you then shoot this at stuff. So I think I need a bow. You got out a bow. Let me see. I now pronounce you dead. What just happened there? I'm guessing that one was not worthy of being a stand user. Are you? Not that one. Maybe you. What? Huh? Why is everything so purple? I think this one became a stand user by accident. I'm just killing them. I love wasting stand arrows. Let me see. I'm just going to get rid of all these wolves. But yeah, if a mob is seen as is it you? I have no idea. But if a mob is seen as worthy, it's able to attach itself to a stand. So let's just go ahead and give this one the worthiness arrow. So it is now seen as worthy. So now if I get my stand arrow back, I should be able to hit it with a stand arrow. So let's give it a secondary stand, like hey or maybe it's just a stand in general. So then from there, I then hit it. And now it's got a stand. And then if I gave it some bones, it should probably like me. Let me give it some bones. You're now my friend. You're now my stand friend. So now, like, there's a dog with a stand. And if I were to, like, get out an enemy, like a spider, and then so now he summons his stand, and he fights with his stand against a spider. So that's pretty fucking cool. And you can do this for a bunch of different mobs. Hell, I've heard it even works on, what's it called? On modded mobs, which is pretty fucking wild. So if I want to have a couple of stand users right here, let me go ahead and make them all worthy. You are now worthy. You are now worthy. You are now worthy. You are now worthy. Problem is my dog seems to want to really kill this one. All right, let me summon up my stand and get rid of this guy. There we go. My dog really felt like that one does not deserve to be a stand user, which I can agree. It's kind of cringe. So these are all vibrating next to these like villagers. So now if I hit them using the stand arrow, they've got a bunch of different stands. These got soft and wet. That one's got red, magician's red. And I guess they also become partly tamed, because they seem to like go after him. So yeah, he's bleeding all over the place. That's kind of funny. So now all these guys have stands, and I can summon up like a random mob, and theoretically they'll just go right after him. Maybe not. But yeah, you can give mobs stands, and you can even give like enemy mobs, like spiders and shit, the ability to have stands. Of course, this is creative only, so you're not going to be seeing this in natural experiences, because usually you'll just be running across a random mob that might have the worthiness to have a stand. So you could then give it to them. I don't know if they become your friends at that point. Damn, he's got fucking justice. So does that mean that he's my enemy now? Beat the fuck out of you. I guess he's got a lot more health now. New stand development, ability, and skin. Okay. Damn. So from there, yeah. So I guess at that point you get a new skin. Debut. Green, striped figure, colors, night. Damn, there's a lot of different fucking things for this. Oh, you can even become Yoshi Kagegira. Which one should I have for now? I like the king one. I like this knight one. That looks pretty cool. I guess there's a bunch of different skins for stands. So yeah, that's pretty much how the worthiness system works for mobs, and you can give a lot of different people stands, and that's pretty fucking awesome. Other than that, there are some specific mobs that you can spawn in to have fun with. You can have a Boston Terrier, whatever this is, and a whatever this is. So, Boston Terriers are literally just Iggy. They are tameable using coffee gum. So, yay. Get over here. Yep, they like coffee gum, and now they'll be your friend. So, it's just Iggy. Iggy's here. Iggy doesn't always have, he doesn't sit because he doesn't listen. He doesn't always have a stand, but that's okay. Then you've got Zombie Athastician. Huh. I guess it's just a random zombie that has... Oh, shit. We got a stand battle going on. This is fucking wild. Damn. So we've got like a random woman zombie that will always have a stand. And then what's this? The Athastician. Oh, so this is her. What? Who are you? Let's see. Damn, glass visage. Okay. This thing literally just has like the Cinderella stand. And there are places to go to find Cinderella. So I'll show you that real quick. Okay, so I wasn't able to find one that wasn't fused together with some weird villager stuff, but at least this is what you're looking for. These are giant, these are just referred to as Cinderella houses. But remember from part 4, you would find Cinderella and her stand user hanging out inside of like a random beauty salon. So you'll find these right over there in villages usually, though. There's be a little bit of a glitch with it phasing inside of other things. But yes, we've got the beauty visage style. So inside of here, you'll find, well, this person, the Athastician or whatever. And it's just like a, oh, hi, I guess somebody's been watching me. Cool. So, but yeah, it's just a cool little building that has this one mob inside of it. And this one mob will give you something called Visages. So I guess this is where you find the scissors. And the Visages are a little bit weird. Not even I really understand how they work. We'll have to work together to figure out how it works. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a place for the Athastician to live. Let me see. It's like a whole warning sign. Like, don't cut your fucking eyes open over here. But I want to. Let's see. Yeah, you can see we are now fused inside of a bunch of stuff. But you can find, I guess, random things up here inside of her storage chests. Yeah, just some random stuff. But once you find her, she can do interesting stuff for you. Okay, so that's pretty much where you find the Athastician or whatever. But once you talk to her, she'll show you this entire menu where you can ask for things called Visages. And these are pretty much just like different looks that you can get just by buying them from her. So if I get myself a shit ton of emeralds, I can go over and buy some stuff. So I can buy Lucky Lipstick. For better trades, apply after you sleep. So you can buy, this is where you get the lipstick item, which is uncraftable, but the Lucky Lipstick, I guess, gives you better luck before bed or something. What is this ability? Capturing love. You do have tits, so maybe I can capture your love. Come and get your love. Anyway, you can also buy Glass Visage, hides armor. So this then gives you, if you go into your menu, you can then put this visage up here, and I guess it makes it so that if you're wearing armor at all, it then cloaks it. So, yeah, I don't have to actually look like I'm wearing armor. But if I take off the visage, you can then see that I'm wearing the chest plate. So that's pretty nice. It kind of gives you the ability to use something like custom, what's it called? Cosmetic art, armor without having to actually use it. Then modification visage. Interact to customize your looks. Okay, so I can change my height. I can change my weight. I can change my head size. And I can give myself tits. Great. Okay, so now I'll just be the shortest, fattest thing of all time. So now if I go ahead and put that on, am I going to look like this now? Okay. Cool. That's pretty cool, though. If they added even more, what's it called, customization to that, I would be in love with what people could make with that. So then, other than that, you can also ask for specific visages of certain characters. Like if you want to look like Jotaro from parts 1 through 6, Avdol, Dio, Enya, Aya, Guccio, Diego, Poco Loco, Ringo, Valentine, Josuke, and Hato. You could then ask to buy them from this assassination. So from there, now I look like Gappy. So if you wanted to look like one of the specific characters from JoJo, then you could outright just ask for it. I want Jotaro Part 6. I will look like Jotaro now. Let me see. So now if I place this in there, I now look like Jotaro. So that's pretty fucking cool. I hope they add in a bunch of different things to make me look like a bunch of different JoJo characters. For now, I'll just walk around as Jotaro. But yeah, that's how the assassination works. And this other chest was looking at all the visages if I wasn't able to find them. But yeah, that's how you get the visages. Then finally, you've got the last of these little items over here are the music discs, which are, well, I can't craft them. You just find them. So from there, can I put them inside the stereo? Don't worry, dude. Anyway, yeah. So the stereo acts as like a music maker. So you can put in stuff like the torture dance. Or you can put in this Hallelujah song. Hallelujah's chorus. I don't know the purpose of this one. This might be from part 6. So yeah, pretty much the stereo just acts as like another music maker. And you can put all these different kind of things in. But what did I just do there? So, why do I have this thing in front of my head? I just have a little mark in front of my head. It could be my visage. It's just like fucking with me. Nope, I just have red shit on my face. Oh. Let's see. Faceless. I guess I don't have a face right now. That's kind of cringe. That's kind of cringe. Anyway, what was I going to talk about next? I lost my entire train of thought. Oh, yeah. So if you saw this menu I was opening up earlier, it's the pose menu. We bound it during the beginning of the video, but just lets you do a bunch of different, like, poses. So you can do... Or, of course, the torture dance, as you already saw. You can do the Jonathan Joestar pose. You can do... Oh, no! You can do the weird Josuke pose. You can do the bloody stream dance. Let's see. You can do Awaken My Masters. Let's see. You can do Stand Proud. And then finally, the Requiem. So yeah, it just gives you a bunch of cool little emotes that, you know, are known throughout JoJo. I mean, if it didn't have stand poses, then it just wouldn't be a true JoJo thing, would it? It wouldn't be a true JoJo thing. So anyway, going over all of that, we've gone over all that, but it's finally time to go over all of the stands. And over here, there's some extra stuff that is just kind of in development. It's just marked as in development right now. You got the stone mask. The stone mask doesn't currently do anything. It just sits over your head. But if they add Hamon, Spin, and Vampirism at some point, I bet that's going to be what that's for. There's also 2 stands that are in development, being Green Day and Rat. So these guys are just not all the way there. It says not obtainable. Abilities are not complete or ready. So they're working on them. They're just not complete. So let's go over some of the more basic stands. I just want to go over the secondary stands real quick. So let's go through them a couple of times. Let me switch out. First, we've got Cinderella, who, of course, messes around with Visages. It's only got a couple of abilities. It does have some cool little things. An infected version, a Jack-in-the-Box, a business version, a no-face version, a Part 4 version, and a manga version. So it's got, like, different poses like the other ones do. So they're all just got the same exact poses. So it's got face creation, allows you to use experience levels to create any visage you like, or to create lucky lipstick. NPCs with this stand may charge emeralds instead. Let's see. Face removal attack. Launches an attack that inflicts bleed and faceless effect that softens enemies up for attacks and makes some mobs self-conscious. Subsequent hits of this attack increase the effect level. So that's probably what I'd been experiencing there for a second. See, there's a dash, a quick burst of speed, useful for dodging. If you time it with a jump, it travels further and takes longer to recover. Visages, faces of iconic characters that you can equip or you create. Equip in the power menu, this menu. The mask slot changes appearance, and the voice slot may add voice lines depending on the visage. You can add voice slots? What? That's new. Let me go see what that means. I get to be sounding like Jotaro. Jotaro. Yada yada. He does sound like yada yada to say. Damn. So you can also put all those visages in the voice menu as well if you want to do something a little bit different. And Lucky Lipstick. Apply every 3 minutes before the effect runs out. You'll be glowing with beauty, capturing love. Villagers will trade with you. Apply until you sleep or drink milk, or something bad may happen, which just means you get the faceless ability. So I don't believe that Cinderella is an offense-based stand, because it doesn't, yeah, she can't attack. But you can use all these abilities, like making the beauty powers, taking people's goddamn faces off. So let's, I don't know, let's take it from Iggy. Let's take it from Iggy. Or no, that random wolf could probably be faceless now. So you just... Damn, it actually just kills him at that point. But you can just outright kill people or take their faces. So let me just get a spider to work with. We love working with the spiders today. So yeah, now he's just like fucked up and sad. And for some reason, we also get a dash. I can't seem to time it well with my jump, but it's okay. So you've just got like a little... I wonder if there's an animation for it. Yeah, it kind of is. I just tilt a little bit more forward. So that's Cinderella. Much more of a, what's it called? A utility-based stand than the other ones are. Let's see. Act on Baby, which doesn't really have an outward stand ability. This is the stand of Shizuka Joestar. Yeah, it's Shizuka? I forget her name, but it's of the little baby that Joseph finds. So, Act on Baby has a couple of abilities. There's Invisivision. Turn on and off the ability to see through versions of blocks and entities that you turn invisible with your power. Turning it off is useful to get the perspective of someone without the stand to see through invisible blocks better. Invisiburst. Release your emotions in a burst of invisibility, making you and all nearby abilities invisible, or entities. It can increase it decreases your range of being seen and wears off over time, or when you do certain actions. Activating this ability briefly lets mobs see you. If the stand griefing rule is off, temporarily making blocks that are not ores around you invisible, which can assist in mining. Invisible blocks are without properties and cannot be blown up. See, Controlled Burst, a variation of Invisiburst with decreased range and no block invisibility. Signifies greater control of the user's emotions. Useful if you don't want to accidentally make your opponents invisible. And it's got a dash, of course. Then invisibility block placement. Place blocks passing your visibility duration down to them. Only works when you are invisible. So, let me see. I gotta figure out how to use... Of course, the stand has no outward body, at least right now. So, it doesn't show up on me. It's just kind of invisible. So, I guess I can make certain things invisible. Stand Invisivision off. Invisivision on. See Invisible Burst, which I guess I can see if things are meant to be invisible or not. But the Invisible Burst just allows me to turn everything invisible. So if I wanted to see underneath something but didn't want to get rid of the blocks, that's how I would do it. And it just takes a little bit of time. It also makes me slightly invisible. So it just makes fuckers have to try and see me. And then there's this other version, which is the Controlled Burst. So it just makes me invisible. And finally, I can place invincibility on blocks. Let me see. What does that do? Huh, it doesn't seem to do anything. Place blocks, passing down your invisibility duration to them. Okay, I can't seem to figure out how that works, so we'll have to scrap it for now. But very much more of a utility stand as well. So, next up, we got Survivor. which, if you remember, Survivor was detailed in part 6 as a somewhat useless stand that could be used in a very interesting way. So, let's see. Oh, I didn't even, well, Acton Baby didn't have any skin, so there wasn't anything to show it, but you can change the different looks of, what's it called? Of Survivor. Bunch of different types. He's blue, dabba dee dabba die. He's purple, red, green. He's got a lot of things. Anyway, this stand is really weird because all it does is make people angry, so I don't know how you use it. Water bottle throw. It throws a held water bottle directly from your inventory. It travels far and is good for activating the stand. Okay, so I need fucking water bottles? Water bottle. How many do I got? I got one. Go water bottle. I have no idea how this thing fucking works. Okay. Summon stand. Places your stand down where you're looking up to a certain range. When it is doused in water, it activates and zaps the nerves of nearby mobs. This causes them to fight each other to death. You can be zapped as well, locking you into a fight. When zapped, melee power increases and you resist damage that is not melee. Interesting. Then I can retract stand. Every instance of your stand you place down starts to disappear. This does not remove the existing anger, so be careful what violence you choose to incite. You've got a dash and then Rage Cupid. Lets you select which mobs fight each other. Enter selection mode and use your attack key to select an activated survivor. Then one target, then another. They will fight. Press the ability key again to cancel redo selection. While this mode is not active, your survivors will not automatically zap mobs together. So I can, like, make these guys hate each other. 1, 2, and then I make them mad. Now they must fight. Fight, you sick bastards, fight. Huh. And then I can remove all survivors that are then on the floor. So that's pretty cool. Also, he just got her friction removed. Soft and Wet's a bit OP. Look at him go. Anyway, now they're just fighting each other to the death. So then I can select what mobs should be fighting each other by using Survivor and all of the things on the ground. So I'd have to, like, place one down, and then I could activate it and all that weird stuff. So it's a bit complicated of a stand, but pretty cool that it even works in the first place. So then I just remove the survivors. And I guess it works on me too, so I just piss myself off. So that's kind of fucking funny. All right, so that is... fuck, I got rid of one of the one of the discs I wanted to look at. Survivor Heya. Let's see, there's Cinderella. All right, so next up, we're going to go ahead and look at Heya, which, if you remember, this stand just allows the user to be very, 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 very lucky. It just shows up this little dude. They seem to be following me right now. They following me? I have no idea. Anyway, so Heya is just this little dude on your back. So, I guess I can change what he looks like. Just gives him different colors. Greener, fire plus ice, ice cold, geezer, alien, night, America. It's America, man. I love America, man. The world. It can look like Tusk. Tusk isn't even in here, so that's kind of fucking funny. A villager. A fucking chicken jockey. Skeleton. A wither. A literal warden on my back. I just love how many different skins there are. A gray Heya. The saint. So it's literally the fucking saint from the part 7. An angel. A devil. Anti. Hell nah. And then a manga version. So you can also change what position he sits in. So just forward or facing upward. So yeah, Heya is kind of a weird ass ability. Lookout mode. Heya will watch out for mobs that target you and bring them to your attention. Ore searching. Heya will look for ores around you and bring them to your attention. You got a dash, and you've got encouragement. Heya will cheer you on and make your day better. So it's just, he'll let you know certain things. You're gonna be rich, you just know it. What treasures can I find today? Let me have a look. So you can find, like, ores and then tell you if somebody's, like, coming to kill you right now. And then you have nothing to worry about. I'll fight your fears and worries. Go get them. Show the world what you're made of. So yeah, he has kind of just a joke stand. It would be great for mining. And he just tells you if you're doing cool or not. So that's pretty interesting. Anyway, last of the secondary stands is the stand Mandem, which is very complicated if you don't know what it does. It's pretty much a time rewinding stand. So it's got some interesting colors right here. Dark, Squid 2, a rose, a nautilus, a jellyfish, happy gas, ender eye, a melon, ECDC, because ECDC's here, and a bunch of different stuff. So I can change where Mandem sits. He can even sit on my back. Damn. But yeah, fucking cool. Fucking cool. Let me put him on my front. So his abilities are Chronovision. Lets you see phantom clocks at the reliable positions of entities. Their stream of time embers slowly shows the direction the entity was facing. See, time rewind. Rewinds time by 6 seconds to the same position that are visible if you chose to use Chronovision. It rewinds things such as positions, healths, and status of entities. It does not rewind everything around an entity, nor does it rewind blocks, items, and cooldowns. But it can save your life and disorient your foes. Killing mobs, interviewing with blocks distorts time, causing a longer cooldown. Then you've got a dash. You got Switch Watch. A physical manifestation of your mental switch to rewind time. Equips and cycles through watches. It is physical. Those without stands can see it. Then finally, time telling. Place a clock when active. You can know the time of day in an apical dimension. So now I just know what time it is. That's cool. Chronovision is on. So this just tells me where they're going to be walking to. I guess. Interdasting. Like it's telling me where I was. Huh. And then using Chronovision, I can then rewind time by 6 seconds. So I walked over here. Now I'm back over this way. So if I go over here and punch this person, I then rewind time and they're no longer angry at me. Then I've got Switch Watch, which just lets me have a watch on my hand. So yeah, Mandem's a little bit... You may think this stand is worthless, but it was one of the hardest stands that Gyro and Johnny had to deal with in the series. So that's pretty interesting. And then I can turn it off and I just get to keep my little stupid watch thingy. Which is weird. Which is very weird. Anyway, let me take that off and get rid of my watch. But yeah, Mandem's... Oh, you can change the different type of watches. Rolex watch and watchless. Damn. Anyway, that's all of the, the secondary stands. I was going to call them throwaway stands, but, you know, to each their own. Anyway, now we can finally go on to the more important stands, which are your, like, main stands. Let me go ahead and roll that crud away. Of course, we're going to look at them in their complete forms, because I don't want to grind them all up. So, first stand is, of course, everybody's favorite, Star Platinum. Let's see. So from here, yeah, full ass stands have so many more abilities. So we've got a manga version, we've got the OVA version, which is always my favorite, a 4D version, JoJo Valor, which I don't know anything about, Volume 39, a green version, another green version, an arcade, the one from the arcade game, the baseball one, a tree one, a Jojonium, a tree one, the one from part 4. Old Spirit, a part 6, a manga purple, manga debut, and a beta version, an atomic version. There's a bunch of different versions of Star Platinum over here. So we can do a lot of different things with him. But he's got so many attacks that I'm probably not going to be able to read all this. So I'm just going to quickly go over the names. You got a punch, you got a guard, a final punch, barrage of punches, barrage of kicks, forward barrage, Starfinger, impale / blitz, scope or guardian, power grab items, blocks items, power grab entities, phase grab, a dash, fall brace, vault, leap, rebound leap, super inhale, time stop, and time stop impulse. So he does, this is pretty much Star Platinum, the world, really. And then he has this full-on, you know, barrage. You've got the ability to guard with stands that are actually like people. You hold down right click, they'll guard for you. So you've got like just a little bit of a combo along with it. So just fucking everybody up. So then from there we should try some of their abilities. So Starfinger. That is a very interesting Starfinger. Then I can throw blocks. Throw it. I can literally just throw blocks. And I've got a dash. A little bit stronger of a dash now that it's actually on a stand that's combat worthy. Then we've got Star Platinum the world. We've got time stop. It goes on for a while. Everything stopped. Maybe you just have infinite time stop in this shit. Sorry, let me just... Time will now move. That's cool. Let me see. And then we've got, ooh, we've got impale. So it lets me punch straight through something. So just a very, very strong punch. Let's see. Throw item. So if I had some knives, I'd be able to throw some shit. Let me just get a bunch of knives and a bunch of knife bundles. Let me see. Okay. So he'll just throw something very, very, very fast and very hard. Let's see. We've got like a stand jump. We jump pretty goddamn high. Let's see. So what else is here? We've got time stop impulse. Huh. I don't really know the difference. Definitely stopping time, but I don't know the reason for why it's any different. So then I can just kind of pick up from there. So how do I get the rest of his abilities? Let's see. Barrage of punches, barrage of kicks. Click attack, right click, hold attack while crouching. So I actually tell you. Hold attack while crouching, and I'm able to do like a, let's see. Just a very, very strong punch. Okay, and then what else can I do? So just a click attack, barrage, hold interact, click once. Hold interact. What does that mean? Hold interact. I don't see anything. Do you mean like E? E for interact? No. I don't know what that means. What does interact mean? Hold interact. I have no idea. Trigger barrage while crouching. Hold interact. Then click once. I don't know how to trigger the barrage. How do I do it? Hold interact. Like, how the hell does that work? Let me see. Let me look at the mod. Let me look over here. Main stands, Star Platinum. It doesn't really label what the hell that means, so I have no idea. So you can do a stand barrage if I actually knew how to do it. Let's see, power grab entities. So skill 2, near a mob. So if I summon up a spider, oh, you just have to be really close. I can pick up a spider and chuck it. It's kind of fucking funny. Oh boy, we've got scope. Hold interact. What is interact? What does that mean? Interact. I'm confused. Is there an interact button that I don't know about that's been added to Minecraft? Interact, interact, interact. What is interact? Crouch ability row. Toggle stand, strike pose, summon stand. What is interact? Is that a button that I don't know about currently? Let me check and see if maybe this one has something to do with it. Huh. Oh, it is. I think it is. There we go. It's not bound. You have to like actually bind it and all that. So for me right now, it's F7 or it's this shit. So I can do a barrage of punches and all that. And then this is like, I need to bind this to a button where I can actually easily do this. So mark this to back click correctly. So then now I can do, if I do this, I can do a barrage of kicks as well. So damn, that's a bit of combat oriented. So from here, I can then do zoom, which just allows me to like zoom really far in on something. Then I've got the ability to shove him through a wall. Then we've got his like suck powers, super suck time. And then I think that's about it for Star Platinum. What is the difference between these ones? Instantly starts up time stop without need to double press a key. Exists strictly as a panic button to avoid incoming attacks. Charge up to time stop itself, freezing everything. So I think it's just because we're in creative mode. Time stop is infinite and all that stuff. So that's Star Platinum. Let's see who's next. We've got Zawarudo. Let's see. Let me get Zawarudo. There we go. So now we've got Zawaldo, who is probably going to be very, very, very similar to Star Platinum. So we've got a manga version. We've got the weird black version of the world, the OVA where he's white, 4D, which I don't know what that is. Heritage for the Future, which I guess makes him purple. a white arcade mode, another arcade mode one, a dark mode, JoJo A Go-Go, Scarlet, the World High Voltage from Part 7, a blue version, a nether version, Earth version, a beta version, an ultimate K. I'm gonna guess. Oh, there's Eyes of Heaven version over Heaven. So he just seems to be a stand skin, so he's not anything special. We got punches, we got a guard, a final kick, barrage, a barrage of kicks, forward barrage. See an assault, impale, oxygen tanks. I guess he's got oxygen tanks. I didn't even know that. Power grab items, entities, and blocks. Phase grab, dash, fall brace, vault, leap, rebound leap, and then the 2 different forms of time stop. So he's pretty much got the same exact shit that Star Platinum has, it's just different. You got the Muda, got a guard. Let's see. Just an outright fucking right there. Grab objects, a dash. Of course, we got time stop, but you can also throw knives in time stop. So this can just be an absolute torrent of knives. There we go. Doing it like real JoJo's. Then we just... There you go. That's a lot of knives right there. That's a knife right there. Let's see. So I can throw shit. I can do all that kind of stuff. He does catch me when I fall. Or at least I catch myself when I fall. Let's see, what other kinds of abilities do I got? I've got the ability to phase. And pretty much he does everything that Star Platinum does. Just a little bit different. Just a little bit different. Let me see. Got a flurry of kicks and all that stuff. They are meant to be the same exact stand, really. So, yeah. It turns out the world is going to be very similar to Star Platinum. Die. Die. Anyway, that's the Zawaru-do. We gotta check out a new one. Justice. I've never seen a mod try to make justice in Minecraft. It's a complicated stand to go over. All right. Now we have the power of justice. Or do we? This is the world. I need justice. Justice, I tell you. Let me see. There we go. So now I should have justice. So, big old ghost guy. Big old ghost man. So let's see. A skeleton version, a manga version, an OVA version, a stray version, bogged version, wither version, a Twilight Forest version, the one from JoJonium, a tarot card version, a pirate version, a literal just regular stand fighter, a flame version, blue flame, and then part 3. I liked the Twilight Forest version, menace or just regular ass pose. Okay. So damn, I'm gonna guess the body bag has a lot to do with justice. So let's see. Fog enhancement, fog field, fog chains, corpse army, justice control, tactics menu, a fallen zombie, a fallen villager, a fallen skeleton, fallen creeper, fallen spider, fallen phantom, illusion morph for a bunch of different forms, illusion blocks, you can become blocks, and finally illusion clones. Damn. This guy has no barrage, nor does he have a block or anything like that. So he's not an outwardly melee-focused stand. So I can summon some fog that can fuck with everybody's sights and retract it when need be. I can, let's see, I can dash. Let's see, oh, I can go into like control mode over justice. So I can be in like separate mode. I can fuck with a bunch of different tactics menus to control my mobs. So that's fucking complicated as hell, and then I can teleport straight back to myself. Let's see. From here, I can summon the fog. Can I then have this person? Hi. No? Okay. Let's see. There we go. Let me go back to myself. Then from here, I can form myself into a villager. Ooh, good little disguise mode. Let me see. And then I can switch out and I can become a skeleton or a zombie, but it's just an illusion, so it doesn't really work that way. Then I can illusion myself some blocks. Huh? How does this even work? So I can make illusion blocks. They're not actual building items. They're just like fake versions. I think you need the fog to be here. And yeah, it disappears and reappears when the fog enters back in. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Corpse Army, which summons in more frozen breezes to then work together to do something. And then can I control all of them? Select all. Destroy corpses. Okay, so I can just do a bunch of weird bullshit with all of them. Let me see. So then I think that's about it. I think we've covered all the different powers. So you can like get a bunch of different mobs and put them into bags and stuff like that. And then they can be used to like make an army of zombies and stuff, which sounds really fucking cool, but really fucking complicated to put together. So that is a cool ass stand. I like how it's made. It's a lot more of a tactical fighting stand than it is a melee stand. So that's pretty cool. Next up will be Magician Redo, which giant fucking fire chicken. So let's see. He's got like a on fire version, a manga version, a lighter version, an OVA version. He looks so weird in the OVA. Fire kick, purple, purple on fire, green on fire, as well as green, blue on fire, blue ace. I don't know what that is. A skeletal version, which looks pretty fucking cool. Jojonium on fire, magma, manga debut, a beta version, a dread version, another version of dread. And then it just goes back. I really like that skeletal version. That skeletal version was actually fucking really cool looking. I need to see him again. Show him to me. There he is. So he's got a bunch of different abilities. He's got Fire Strike, Guard, Flame Kick / Flame Punch. You got a barrage of fireballs, a flamethrower, Ignition, Fire, Red Bind, Fire Creation, Life Detector, Crossfire Hurricane, Concealed Crossfire Hurricane, a bunch of different versions of Crossfire Hurricane. A dash, a vault, a fire extinction, extinguish, flame guard, crossfire, firestorm, and maximum flame crash. Damn, there's a lot of different abilities. So he just uses like a flame whip to fight. And then he's got a block, of course. And then he's got like this very strong punch. Let's see. And he shoots out a bunch of different fireballs for his thingamajig. And then can summon out a big old flamethrower for his double mixed attack. So, Red Bind, which isn't... Let me go ahead and get out some spiders again so we can keep playing with them. Red Binder. Oh, it just literally binds him to me. It's literally just a... Oh, and then I can just take him with me. He's my little man. Anyway, let me kill you. I want to see what it looks like when you're dead. There we go. We've got we got Life Detector. Is this Crossfire Hurricane? Crossfire Hurricane, which just summons a giant thing. Got a dash, of course. We've got whatever that is. Jesus. Just a thing that I don't really understand. You can just summon fire about. Big old Crossfire Hurricane super circle of death. I was born in a crossfire hurricane. I keep making the song reference. Let me see. Then I can extinguish all fire that's around me. Then maximum heat crash, which sends him into a wall. Damn. And then we've got the life detector thing, which tells me if there's life around. That's nice. Let me see. We've also got big old fire blast. Interesting. Okay. Doesn't have as many really complicated abilities, but yeah, Magician's Red is pretty goddamn cool. Especially if you can get this skeletal version. That's a little bit too badass to have for anybody. Let's see. Next up is Soft and Wet, which, you know, is one of my favorite, but he is very complicated in this one. So I got Soft and Wet. We've already looked at all of his different things. This seems to be the wrong Soft and Wet, though. We gotta get Soft and Wet. Complete version. Yep, there he is. There we go. Soft and Wet complete. So, not too much of a change there, but it'll look cooler when we look at the menu. I think we've already looked at all of his different skins. He even has a skin that turns him into Killer Queen, but that's because of the story of... that's the part of the story of Part 8. So he's got a punch, a guard, heavy kick, or an encasement strikes, putting them in bubbles, a barrage of punches, barrage of bubbles, plunder selection, go beyond, which... I think it's fucking awesome because no mod has really added in Soft and Wet Go Beyond, which is a very complicated ability, but it's really cool. bubble spread, redirect, plunder bubble, bubble pop, bubble redirect, item launching bubble, a dash, fall brace, vault, bubble scaffolding, encasement bubble, toggle shooting mode, and water shield. There's a bunch of different abilities just for my man Soft and Wet. So he's got a a regular 1-2 combo. He's got a back kick. Let's see, does he have a barrage? There we go. Even adds in Josuke's thing. Then a barrage of bubbles. I don't even think I did that correctly. And then with this, Plunder is such a complicated ability. Pretty much Soft and Wet allows him to make bubbles that take away attributes from things. So you can take away stuff like their ability to see, their oxygen to make them start, dying, their friction to make them slip around. You can just capture little mobs. You can capture different types of liquid. You can capture potion effects. You can capture items. And you can also capture sounds. So if I wanted to, I could then select to remove all of their friction. So now they just start spinning around. So just, you no longer have friction. So now you just go fast. You can do that for a bunch of different abilities. Like, let me get a chicken. Fucking chicken, I tell you. A motherfucking chicken. There we go. Spawn chicken. And then bubble. So you have to get close enough for the bubble to actually work. There you go. Kill chicken. There you go. That's funny. Like, that was funny. See, then we've got a dash. And then we go into his shooting mode where you can actually shoot out the bubbles. And these are supposed to be like explosives. So they'll hit and kill people. Then we can do Soft and Wet Go Beyond, which allows me to make a super bubble out of my birthmark. And then shoot a bubble that goes through dimensions. And it'll kill things and chase things weirdly. So yeah. Let me see. So from there, let's see, what else can I do? I can make a bubble encasement, which I can encase objects inside of bubbles, which is also complicated. Let's see. And release a shit ton of bubbles, which all have the plunder ability. Let's see, and then I can pop all those bubbles and pop certain other bubbles. Like I can remove the plunder effects from these people using that other ability. I can make bubble scaffolding. So lets me make like little bubble platforms that I can like be on top of and walk over. So that's pretty fucking badass. And then we've got self-encasement, I think. One of these you can be, yeah, there you go. So you put yourself in a bubble and you can jump higher and survive like falls and such. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And I think it's just broken by using a sword or something. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There's a bunch of different abilities for this guy that I just can't show off just due to the fact that he's just got so much. So for now, we're going to have to say fuck it to him. I need to remove my stand and break this bubble using a sword. That's Soft and Wet. I wish I could show off more of him. He's just very complicated right now. So for now, we got our last stand, which is Walking Heart, which I don't even know if I've ever heard of him before. Walking Heart. Let me see. He's apparently from the manga. A model, a purple, a Valentine's Day, a verdant green, a pale white, a gothic, webbing, which makes him look like a Spider-Man. I'll keep him a Spider-Man for now. You can fuck with his pose. So he's only got a couple abilities. He's got an attack mode. He's got heal plant, dash, wall walking, and firm swing. God damn. Attack mode. It just lets me shoot shit out of my leg. Okay. So now I can walk up walls? Oh, so it's like I use my heels to like plant myself into the ground. So I just have like extra little heels. How do I do it though? I'm like, how do I walk up walls? Huh, I don't know. It allows me to fuck with my heels and do weird things with them. Interesting, but it's a little bit more of a, and it's not a stand that could be used all that well right now. It doesn't have a ton of different abilities, but that's pretty cool. I like it. I like the idea. I like the idea. But now we go on to the stands that are unfinished. We don't know if they have all their abilities or if they even have any abilities to be set up. So, Green Day. Let's see. Of course, he's the weird cactus head that gives everybody fucking poisoning. So he doesn't have any other abilities, and they're not even labeled. Got a dash. He's got some abilities that don't make any sense. So currently doesn't work, but a cool model nonetheless. Then finally, we've got Rat. I didn't think anybody would try and make a Rat a stand for somebody, but okay. It's the little gun dude. Lets me zoom in and shoot people. Though it doesn't have any bullets currently. And I guess I can plant Rat on the ground to shoot people for me. Ah, okay. It just lets me choose where to shoot and how to shoot. Interdasting. Shoot that person. There we go. Shoot that person as well. Rat's pretty powerful. I like Rat. He's just a turret, but that's okay. Sometimes that's all you need. But yeah, I think at this point, that's pretty much all of the stands here for Roundabout. So yeah, they've got like a really cool selection of a bunch of different stands that all do a bunch of really fucking cool things. I think this mod is actually really fucking fun. The idea of having a JoJo mod that has an RPG system where you can level up and get different abilities as you get stronger is pretty fucking incredible. And all the designs for all of the different abilities look really cool and play really fun. So I'm excited to see what more things come out of the Roundabout mods. I'd love to see like Tusk added. Tusk would be awesome. If they could add in Hamon and Spin and Vampirism and the Steel Ball and all this stuff, and just adding in even more stands to make cool shit like fucking, I don't even know, Wonder Review would be kind of cool to see. Just more stands in general. More cool things to play with. I think that would be awesome. But either way, thank you again to HydraHeads42 for making the Roundabout mod. And I think that's all I gotta say. So either way, I'll see you guys next time on the Minecraft Mod Showcase. And before I end this episode, I want to thank all of my YouTube members, including the Disciples of Epsilon, Spiral, Kokery, Swordman, Shell and Hummus, Crimson, Yuki, Light Duo, Cloud Eon 14, Dominic Jones, and Darcy Lanfranco. The Epsilon Sage, Phoenix. Without you guys, this channel wouldn't stay afloat, so thanks for all the support, and I'll see you guys next time on The Backlog.